Hello everyone and welcome back to Little Norton. I promise you that I haven't slept at the pub and I have journeyed down here to come pick up my tractor. That was quite some celebration last night for completing the harvest and also getting over 300 subscribers. Quite a friendly atmosphere at the old oak. So yeah, we were there quite late. Oh, yeah. Let's make sure I'm not pulling out on anyone. Might be a bit ropey if I get pulled over at this time in the morning. Cool, so last time, as you saw, we completed our harvest. We got the field grass all harvested from field number 10, and it was quite a long job as we had horse hay as the deposit out of the harvester, and we needed to head that to turn it from semi-dry horse hay into just horse hay, and then we baled it up. Of course we had to windrow it first, and yeah, that took quite a bit of time out of the day, and we stacked all the bales, brought them back on the bale trailer, and they're just sat in the main warehouse of the farm now. So first job for us today is going to be getting that bale trailer unloaded. I'm going to be stacking the horse hay bales next to the silage bales which we unloaded last time. So let's get the old front loader attached with the bale spike, and whilst I'm doing that I'll talk you through what else is planned for today. So we have two fields that are harvested and we need to get our next crop in. That's not a bale fork, that is a bag handler, but we are going to need that later as yep, with those two fields ready to go again, we're going to be sowing our next crop, and crops that are going to be okay to have in over the winter period. I will talk you through which crops I've decided later on, but for now I'm going to get this horse hay unloaded from the bale trailer and put into our shed next to the silage. So I will see to that and catch you shortly. And there we are. I have finished stacking the horse hay next to the silage, and yeah, not the neatest, but I think that looks pretty smart in there. And yeah, we've got our one bag of lime in there. So I've got the seed drill attached, and yeah, we're gonna go top it up with seed and fertilizer to make sure we've got the maximum amount. But yes, we are going to be seeding this field. The state of lime is still good, and we don't need to scan it as we scanned it previously this year. So yeah, we can work off the same data and also the same lime. It was perfect. After the canola harvest, it's dropped down to good. And then, yeah, we'll get sort of 3 harvests out of this field before we need to lime it again. But yeah, it will need nitrogen as per the crop type that we're going to select. And yeah, I think I've decided that I'm going to plant some rye, and the reason being is that rye was a crop I've not tried, and it's also the sort of best price that I can see out of the crop types I've not tried, although it looks like Triticale has gone above it, but yeah, it was a better price earlier today. But yeah, we're going to go with rye, and yeah, we're good to seed rye at this time of year. So yeah, rye we can plant now, and then it'll be harvestable probably hopefully at the beginning of summer. Yeah, we are in planting season, so it's going to be some winter rye. Cool. Well, I'm going to go to the store. We've got some seed big bags there which we haven't sort of fully utilised, so I'm going to fill up the seed drill with what's left of the seed big bags, and I'll also top it up with fertiliser as well. So I'll see you back at the farm. Okay, so I have been to the shop. We had a little bit of seed left over, which I've put in the seed drill hopper, and we also bought another bag of seed and fertiliser, which I've topped up the seeder to 100% full for both. Brought the big bags back with me, they're in the shed, and refueled on the way, and also serviced up the tractor and the seed drill, so it's at optimum performance for seeding the rye, which we've got selected. So let's start off. I'm going to try and cover this ground as best as possible. My thoughts are I'm going to leave the headland until the end, so I'm going to start with doing the rows and then sort of finish off with the headland, and yep, be good to get this rye in. I've never done a crop over winter. In fact, this is my first series with seasons running, so it'll be good to see how it operates and runs. Yep, let's turn it on, drop, and off we go. No GPS, this is all going to be rough work, and yeah, going to do my best to try and make it as neat as possible, leaving the headland to the end, clearing the weeds as we go. And yeah, don't need to cultivate this field first, as this seed drill is a direct drill, and yeah, of course it acts as a fertiliser as we go as well. So if we take a quick look at the mini-map, we're adding the optimum amount of nitrogen in. Feel good. Excellent. Do like this seed drill. It's not the widest, but goes nicely in our collection of John Deere equipment. Right, so that's the first strip done. Let's raise this up and move on to the next line. There we go. So I'm going to do this odd shaped section of the field first, similar to when I harvested the canola. Just leaves the rectangular area to the left to just come and sort of finish the rows. Square fields are a lot easier. The odd shaped fields, you've always got to have a little think about how you're going to tackle them, especially if you want to try and make it look reasonably realistic. Yeah, if you've got any views on how you tackle this field in real life and you're in the know, then yeah, let me know. Cool. So I'm going to crack on with this as best I can. We're trying not to make too much of a mess and driving over areas that I've covered already. But yeah, I'll see you when we've got this field all planted with rye. And there we are, finished seed drilling our rye. So did the rows initially and then finished off with going around the headland. Just used under 50% of the seed, but more so on the fertilizer. So I'm going to have to get the seed drill filled up before we move on to field number 10. And also with field number 10, I am actually going to subsoil it, as when I planted or seeded the field grass earlier on in the series, I did have the subsoiler attached to the front of the tractor, and that meant that there were a couple of missed corners that didn't get the benefit of proper ploughing. and because there's field grass in there, I think field grass grows back, so I think it'd be good to just turn it over with the subsoiler so it's nice and fresh. There's a couple of bits of the edge of the field I might wish to expand as well, so yeah, that's my plan. I'm going to subsoil it to turn the field grass over, and then in terms of what we're going to plant there, we are going to plant wheat, and the reason being is that at some point next year in this series I want to get some animals, and I think chickens are going to be the best and easiest to do first and foremost. I might need to get a better angle to attack the feed drill here. But yep, we are going to be planting wheat so we can use that as feed for the chickens. And also as a byproduct from that, we are going to get straw, which is going to be useful to go towards the bedding for some other animals. So we might get like sheep or cows. I think cows will probably be the last animal we'll be able to get, just because of what cows need and various other factors like the cost of the cow and the cost of the cow farm. But yeah, let's just take a quick look here. Okay, so we've got 76% fertiliser. I think that's going to do us for field number 10 and the size of it. The subsoiler is behind the John Deere baler, and now that the trailer of horse hay is out of the main shed, I can put the baler back in there and we can access the subsoiler. Yep, that is my next task. I'm going to grab the subsoiler, attach the seed drill to the back of it, but yeah, I'm not going to be seeding at the same time. I've definitely learned that lesson. We'll subsoil first and then seed drill in our wheat. So let me get this parked up and I'll see you once we've subsoiled field number 10. Right, so finished the subsoiling, and let's get the feed drill attached and get our wheat drilled in. Probably going to use the same tactic for this one. Let's go up the far end, just because reversing is going to be a bit of a pain. Yeah, I'm going to do rows and leave the headland till last. And the main reason for that really is that if I was to do the headland first, I'm then driving over it a lot when I then do the rows. So yeah, my main aim is to try and just limit that. So let's get wheat selected. There we go. And then get into a good place to get started. Now, just wanted to check the map. Yep, okay, so we still got the soil type. We used the class crop sensor when we scanned this field first time, so I think it's okay, even though we've expanded some of the borders of the field. That's seems to have scanned that okay, as the scanner has a wide range. So let's lower that down and get our wheat drilled. Try and do a straight line first of all. What's good about either my settings or the map is that it's got good textures in terms of the angle you're drilling, so even if I was to change sort of like 5 degrees, it would pick up that and do the drill lines the different angle as well. Right, that's our first line of wheat. Back up a little bit and get a turn in so we can do the return trip. This seed drill is very manoeuvrable, this tractor. Just means that we can do tight corners, but I don't want to do too tight corners. I guess if you're doing that in real life you might shear a bolt or something, so yeah, I left a couple of rows or channels that I then sort of came back to just leave a turning gap when I was drilling field number 9. Yeah, I'll try and make the tight corners if I can, so we can do it sequentially and linearly. But yeah, good to be getting the wheat in, and nice that we've got the rye in field number 9 as well. Definitely want to see what the crops are going to be like through the rest of autumn and winter. I expect that they won't grow much, and it's really sort of after winter into early spring that they will shoot up, but I guess the earlier seeding means that they are ready earlier in summer, which yeah will benefit us as well, having the crops ready earlier in the year. Cool, so I'm going to crack on with seeding our wheat, and yeah, it's getting to midway through the afternoon now, so after this I think that's the last job of the day. Yeah, one thing I wanted to mention is a few episodes ago where I was doing manure contracts, so manure spreading, I did mention that I was going to try and use manure more as the fertiliser of choice for when I seed my fields, and yeah, that is still true. However, being able to seed and fertilise at the same time is a big saving, and I wanted to make sure we got these fields turned over and prepped in good time, so we're not losing days of the sort of seeding and planting season for these crops. I wanted to get them in as early as possible, but yeah, next time we are prepping fields I do want to use the manure, as it's a lot cheaper. Obviously spent about £3,000 on a big bag of fertiliser, but that's okay. Later on we will be getting into later autumn and early winter when we can sell our canola and field grass and our horse hay to get some profits. And then once we do that, I've got a little bit of a plan to keep us busy in the winter. I'm not sure whether I'll have a plan for every day in the winter, so yeah, we may have to skip some days, but that just means we get through to spring and onto other jobs quicker. So we'll see how it goes. And obviously got FS22 looming in November, so got limited episode time until that game is out. Yeah, very much excited and looking forward to it. Great stuff. I'm going to get the field finished off, seeded, and then we'll probably be leaving it there for the day. But I will speak to you in a short while. Right, there we are. We've finished seed drilling our wheat, and it's going to be interesting to see it grow through the autumn and winter. Well, I imagine it will probably stay dormant for a lot of that, and then spring up in spring. But yep, let's get the subsoiler and the seed drill and get back to the farm. Been a day of long jobs. We don't have the biggest or widest equipment, so yeah, it does take a long time, these jobs. But finishing slightly earlier than maybe we normally would, and that's probably because I need a bit of an early one. Last night's celebration at the pub probably left us a little bit hungover, so need a bit of an early finish. Do some favours. Yep, let's get back to the farm, drop off our equipment, and call it a day. Right, there we go, equipment back. So today, horse hay nicely stored where it's not going to rot next to the silage. We'll be keeping that there for when the price is good, but yeah, we'll keep some as well just in case we were to do horses. And then we have two fields, number 9 with rye and number 10 with wheat, both seeded today, which has yeah, been pretty good to get both fields turned around today. But yeah, that's it. Hope you've enjoyed watching. As always, a big thank you for any views, likes, subscribes. If you've got any tips, tricks, things you'd like me to do, then feel free to leave a comment. But yeah, until next time, I will see you later. Next time, we're probably going to need to herbicide both the fields to keep the weeds away, and then turn our attention to some of the plants we're going to need to keep us busy over winter. But yeah, hope to see you again, and catch you later. Cheers then. Bye bye.